Hi, everybody. Welcome. It is June 28th. We have an awesome guest speaker tonight talking about Instagram stories, and I'm super pumped for her to share because she kicks booty with social media in general. It's kind of her thing. She's awesome at it. And if you follow her, social media and check out her Instagram stories, you can tell that she doesn't just kind of throw crap together. She really puts some thought behind it, and she's so good at it, she probably actually doesn't even think twice about it. But I just want to share some little announcements, and then we will get right into it. Okay. Ned, you're not going outside. I've been trying to get him to go outside all night long, and he's been sleeping. He wouldn't wake up. Anyway, okay, so just some announcements. So number one, the summit page is up if you haven't seen yet. It's just Team Confidence Summit New Orleans style. It's posted in the team page. If you are going to Summit and you aren't a part of that page, make sure you're a part of it. And if you're watching the recording of this, then you're too late. But tonight is the last night to put in your size order, because everybody already voted for the same graphic for the Summit tank tops. But we have to put in the order ASAP in order to get it in time. We might not even get it in time, but even if we don't, you're still going to get your tank tops, just not at Summit. But you have to give your sizes so we know what to put in. And then once we put the order in, there's no like late orders or anything like that. So if you want a tank top, make sure you check out that page, get added to it, and then comment on the post. It's really easy to find. 2, there's a brand new workout on BOD with Joel Freeman from Core to Force. It's called Lift and Hit. It's HIT as in high intensity interval training, which if you're not familiar with that, it's just the same kind of idea as insanity type of workouts with, a lot of cardio, getting your heart rate up for a longer period of time, and then, short breaks. So it's 18 minutes long. I haven't tried it out yet, but I do plan on trying it probably this weekend or something. But it's just cardio strength training. It's always nice to do those things and share about them to show people that, when you get Beachbody On Demand, or when you join a challenge as a challenger, as a coach, you're not just getting these same workouts and there's never anything new. Like, obviously we have new programs, but it's nice that there's these, not the whole program, but there's these little workouts that people can do, which I think is really awesome. So if you do it, share it, all of that jazz. 3, the Shift Shop product toolkit is live in the Coach Online office. If you haven't seen it, I highly suggest you check it out, especially if you're a new coach. I know there's some new coaches from the university that are planning on watching this call who weren't able to make it on live. So if you're watching, the product toolkit is so important for you to learn. If you're not familiar with any Beachbody programs, this is really important for you to check out. But not only do they give you talking points, they tell you a little bit more about the program, they give you so many tools and things you could run your own group and not even have to worry about getting anything from Team Confidence, which we obviously give you guys tons of stuff, but Beachbody also gives you tons of stuff too. So if you want to check out more info, I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm hoping it has a lot of stuff about the nutrition guide, which a lot of times it does. So I would check that out so you can kind of have a better idea before the launch, because it happens in literally like 2 weeks. So check that out. Number 4, and I am so excited about this. I don't know if you guys saw this in the back office, but there's a brand new credit card update self-service form. You no longer have to call to fix your credit card, which I know as coaches I enjoy, but I think customers are really going to enjoy that as well, because sometimes they want to, change their credit card and they just want to be able to fill out something online. You know what I mean? So now that, they have that, it's super, super easy. I tried to go to this page, but for some reason, I don't know if I went to it too early and it wasn't live yet, but that's supposedly the page. You can find it at beachbodysupport.com. So I would just check that out. So you can maybe type up a little script so you have that in there when someone asks, how do I change my credit card information? They don't have to call. They can just do that, which is really nice. And then I put question marks in here because when I made this presentation, it was earlier in the day and I didn't hear, but now I did hear. Shift Shop sneak peek is coming April 3rd. So that is Tuesday of next week. So I do, if you guys want to, or no, is that Monday? I think that's Monday. It's Monday. So I'm going to try to put something together super quick and do like an event page for, I want to write it down because I meant to do that earlier, for the Shift Shop. So it's the same thing, we had, the sneak peek for Sean Week, but I think it would be cool if we did just like a regular little event page where people can, I'll go live in the team page and share tomorrow, but I talked about it on last week's team call, just sharing about you know, an event page where people can get the, you know, the free trial, and then we can post our workouts, and we can pick like 3 people who share their sweaty selfie after doing the Shift Shop workout. They win Shakeology or something like that, just to create a little bit of buzz. I wish I had a little bit more time to get it, but I wasn't sure exactly when it was going to be. Then we find out it's Monday. So I'm going to try to get something together as quick as I can, so you can send out some invites over the weekend. Even if we don't get a ton of people in there, it's something that we can try. It's better, you know, to do it than nothing at all. And the weekly challenge. So I want you guys to message 2 new family members that you've never messaged before. I talked to a lot of people who are like, you know, I messaged all these people, but, you know, sometimes it depends, because some people have like drained their family. Other people haven't even asked, you know, their mom. So if you're comfortable, I want you to message, or, you know, if you've already drained it, it's one thing. But if you haven't, reach out, whether it's a cousin, an aunt, an uncle. I recently reached out to one of my aunts, and she is now even in my meditation group, which is crazy because I never thought she would be in something like that. So reach out, just reach out to 2 new family members. I know family members can be iffy. That's why I didn't give you like a number of like 10, because obviously it's family. Some people only have so big of a family. And then if you are in the position where you're like, I've asked every single one of my family members, there's no one else to ask. Just want you to share a vulnerable post on social media. It doesn't have to be a before and after, but I want you to get deep. I want you to share a recent struggle that you've been having, whether it's personal, whether it's in your fitness journey, if maybe you have been sticking to your nutrition, you haven't been doing your workouts, or maybe if it's something a little bit more personal going on in your life. Obviously, you are in control of what you share, but I want you to get vulnerable. Sharing something vulnerable. But if you're not comfortable with maybe sharing it right on your page, you could just talk about it in your Instagram story, but do something like that. You'd be surprised sometimes the messages you'll get and who you can connect with when you do something like that. Okay, so just a few more things and we're going to end the call. Shout out to everybody that already hit Success Club and beyond. We still have so many more days to hit Success Club. What is it? It's the 28th. So we have 2 more days and tonight, and we're going to have a power hour tomorrow, because I'm not going to do it on Friday night. So we're going to do power hour tomorrow, normal power hour. We'll go not the full till midnight, but just because last time I did that, there wasn't as many people on. So I just want to just get a nice good hour in, and then I'll share what time that is and everything. And then shout out to everybody who is already on the board. You guys, a lot of you guys look, you literally only need to help 2 more people, so you're already ahead of the game. All right, Anna, so you didn't give me your stats, so I can't share them, but let me close this out and let me stop my share. And Anna, okay, so Anna is going to be speaking. Obviously, you guys know she's going to be talking about Instagram stories. Anna, I don't know how many years you've been a coach. I was thinking, I mean, I feel like you've been a part of the team for pretty much as long as I have. Obviously, I signed up before you, but I feel like April 3rd, Daisy. Sorry, I just saw that squirrel. But I don't know how long you've been a coach, but it feels like you've been a coach for a long, long time. So I feel like Anna is one of the OGs of the team back when there was like 5 of us. So I'm super pumped that she's going to be talking on our team call tonight and sharing some really awesome stuff about Instagram story, how to get good at it. So make sure you guys take notes. Make sure you find something to implement as soon as you get off this call, even if it's something super small, because it's going to be good. All right. So are you unmuted? Yeah. All right. I'm going to mute myself and then.
Okay, so I've been coaching for about 3.5 years now, I believe. I'm a lifetime diamond. Sorry I didn't send you this stuff. It's been a crazy day. You called me a hot mess earlier today, and that's what my coaches call me as well, but they spell it H-A-U-T-E because my team name is Hot Squad, so totally fine. I also live downtown Chicago, and I live in a condo, and 3 minutes before I was about to talk, my neighbor is blasting music. So if you hear that in the background, I can't control it. I do have a presentation to share. And then I'm also going to share some stuff on my phone a little later, just because you kind of want to see what I do on Instagram story. So I'm going to teach you how to use Instagram story if you've never used it before at all, plus a couple strategies. By a couple, I think I wrote like 8 down, but they're easy strategies, so that you'll definitely have some stuff to implement when you come out of this for sure. Okay, so a story in general. If you have Instagram open right now, on the top there is a row now that you see instead of your feed, and it is a temporary post, and it could be a photo up to a 10-second video clip, and then they're going to appear on your timeline So it's kind of the thing that Instagram is currently pushing. If you've seen a lot of changes in the Instagram algorithm, they are gearing for people to watch stories more and watch live videos more, and that's all done through the story function of Instagram. So what sets these apart from the traditional Instagram post is that they only last for 24 hours. So if you had Snapchat, it's very similar to that. I've kept pretty much the same strategy that I had on Snapchat. I love Snapchat when it came out. And I just have rolled that over to my Instagram story. They are not meant to like be archived or, it's just meant to go away after a little bit. So the good thing about that is that you can recycle some of your posts or even, just maybe the same idea, but a new day, new week, you can do that over again. Some Instagram story features. There are a ton of story features now. So you can change your colors, your fonts, the pen tool colors. You can make them really customized. You can pin stickers. So just like Snapchat did, if you had Snapchat before, if you're moving around in a video, you can actually, like if you're sweating in a workout video and you're like, I look terrible and I still want to post this, and you can be funny about it and quirky about it, show your personality, and post like a sticker of like a scared or, something crying of the emoji, and you can pin that on your face. So that's a new function that just rolled out. So make sure you have your Instagram updated as well. There's stickers, filters now. There's a select few filters. I barely ever use those. And the face filters as well. You can draw on it. You can erase on it. You can create a solid background. So if you're at work and you can't really talk on it, you can take a picture of just your desk, and then you can make a full solid background color. There's selfie stickers now that are in where the stickers are. So it's a front-facing camera that you can take a picture of yourself. There's geotagging, which people can actually find you through the geotags now. So if you have like a favorite store you're at, you can tag that, and you'll notice that about 30 more people might be watching your story versus other people, because it's actually public if you have a public profile. And then hashtagging as well. You can hashtag in here, and you can also tag people. So those are just different ways to be found through stories, more than just people that are following you. So there's lots of features. I can run through that when I share my screen. Other than that, the basics of Instagram story, there's a normal mode, a boomerang, which is a 1 second, live video streaming, which they are really pushing towards. So if you're scared, do it on Instagram stories. Just get it out of your system and do that. And then there's also hands-free, which is great for us, because if we're posting workouts or recipes, you just hold down the button and it'll go 3, 2, 1, and then you're live, and you don't have to have a pointer or anything. You can just do it straight in the app. And then just starting to talk, so that was the basics of just what is Instagram story. If you've never used it before, I wanted to give a little background. Other than that, for your Instagram story, it should be very similar to what you post on Instagram in general. You're showing, this is the time to really show your personality, because in photos and videos on Instagram, they're really short. People just scroll really quickly. But if they're sitting there watching your story, you could capture up to like 3 minutes of their time if you really wanted to. If you can keep them that involved for a while, they're getting to know you maybe like three minutes out of the day. So what I like to do is I think about who my target market is, and I go to the brands that I think they follow. And if they don't have an Instagram store, I keep looking and finding related brands of like, who would my ideal person follow on Instagram story, and see what those stories look like. Because if you look at brands, they have all these strategies out, and they have, somebody just specifically working on that brand. And if there's somebody that you really look up to, if they're a lifestyle brand, go look at their stories, see things that you like. The brand here that I have for Follow Friday, I got an idea from them. They're just 2 girls that are lifestyle bloggers, and I love their style, and it's totally me, and I know that they're bright and fresh, and that's something that my target would like to see as well. You can go to their Snapchat if they have stories. I really like to watch Pop Sugar on Snapchat, Tarte. I watch Jen Gotch and Bando. And then I also really like Brit & Co. So those are kind of where I get my inspiration from. So they're bright, colorful. If that's not your style, find other things that are. What I do is actually take screenshots of the stories I love, just so I can get some inspiration, and I create a photo album on my phone. If you want, you can also create a secret Pinterest board. I would do secret Pinterest board just because you don't want like people seeing that you're like stalking people on Instagram. So But the biggest thing is not to just post blindly. Come up with a game plan for yourself, and stay consistent with your Instagram brand, whether it be on your post or through your story. And a big thing with Instagram and their new algorithm is that if you're doing the regular post, it's more about your quality over quantity. So if you really want to just focus on Instagram story, you can post way more on there and really edit yourself on the actual Instagram. So if you're thinking like you're really overwhelmed, just focus on one thing at a time. Focus on Instagram story, and it's totally fine to only post 1 or 2 times a day on Instagram. And because it really is over, if you're really thinking through your post and everything, it's really quality over quantity right now. The algorithm is still messed up. I'm still trying to hack the way through and figure it out, but that's what I've noticed. When you get shown on feature pages and stuff, it's, quality over quantity for that. So this is getting into the strategies. I think I wrote like 8 or 9. So talking about your target audience, I want you to right now pick 3 topics you're passionate about besides Beachbody products. I know a lot of us probably do watch other coaches, and it's totally fine to show that you're drinking your Energize in the morning and you do your workouts and you're doing your personal development, all that kind of stuff. But think of other things that you do throughout the day that you're passionate about. So maybe even it's just like a behind the scenes look into your life. Because the reason that most of us have women clients, so the most reason people buy is because they want to see how it works into their life. So that's kind of what we're showing, is we're highlighting how we make all this stuff work in our life, but you also want to have other things that you're passionate about, because technically we're all lifestyle bloggers and whatever you want to call it, influencers on social media. So the main thing is to really pick those 3 topics that you're passionate about, and try to stick away from all the Beachbody stuff, because if you post about it every day, they know that, but they want to see what else you do. So strategy number 2 is create visuals before posting. I'm going to stop sharing, and I'm going to share my phone really quickly here. It's making me install a plugin, but it's taking 2 seconds. Okay. So right here, I have albums. I have my IG story album. So I have like some inspo in here like that I love. And then I've created something today that I'm going to post tomorrow, actually. So to create visuals, for today, I got an inspiration. So I'm actually going to do zodiac signs, guide to your perfect summer snack. So like Aries, I have this. So I created all of this, and I used my phone to create all of this. I have a graphic design background. You don't have to go as fancy as this, but all the apps now have the sizing for Instagram story. So you can either create it within your Instagram story. So I did that today, and I had a big announcement coming. I created this all on, and I just like made it go away. But I created all these in Instagram. But you can also go into apps, and like this one I created in, what was it? Let me go to my apps. It's Spark Post. So Spark Post is an Adobe product. I believe that it's free. But yeah, I created like all of these in there, and this is pretty simple. It has really great templates, and it's already the size for Instagram story. So I'm gonna get back out. Moving screens again. So it's kind of like creating a social media content calendar for yourself, or just mapping out what you're going to do, because a lot of people on here have full-time jobs. So if you want to create it the night before when you're laying in bed and you would rather, like if you were just scrolling through Instagram, instead use that time and create a post that you can post in the morning, because maybe sometimes you can't talk, or you could even like do talking ones maybe before you take your shower before the end of the day, and just save those for the morning, and you can upload them because they will save in your database on Instagram story for up to 24 hours, and then you can post. So it's kind of like doing drafts within Instagram. strategy 3 is it's totally fine. Like I watch a bunch of your guys tell stories. That's what we do as coaches. We tell our story. We tell snippets of our day. We talk about the snacks and that we're eating and, you know, like how we're feeling and whatever. But it's really hard to, if you look at any other brand, it's kind of difficult to watch more than 3 talking in a row. And if you watch mine today, when I talk, I used to do this on Snapchat and I kind of forgot that I did it and I was looking at old posts, but when people watch your story through the day, they might not be able to have their volume on. So what I've been doing is keeping my message really short and precise, and I actually write out what I'm saying. So if you want to go check out my story today, my story is probably like 3 minutes long, so if you want to tap through some of them, I totally am fine with that. But if you go and watch it at the end when I am talking, I actually write out everything that I'm saying smaller. And I got this idea from Alexis Beeden, and I'll put it in here. I don't remember exactly what her Instagram handle is, but if you look her up on Instagram, she's really great on Instagram and on Snapchat. So go check her out. She's really great at telling stories, keeping it short and simple, and making it more visual for everything. Yeah, and while they're reading it, they, you know, can kind of hear what you're saying and say it. It's almost like closed captioning. Like sometimes I like to watch shows on closed captioning just so I can like know what they're saying plus like see what they're saying. So number 4 is to create buzz and suspense. So I did this today, and that's kind of what I showed you on my phone earlier. I said I have 5 spots left for coaches on my team, but I didn't just straight out say that. I said at like 3 o'clock, I said, hey guys, I have a big coaching announcement. And then next screen, I had that up again. And I said, come back at 5 p.m. Central to figure it out. And then, you know, I snapped a couple of times throughout the day. And then at 5 p.m., well, it was more like 5:15 because I was watching the Pretty Little Liars finale. And Christine was like, what's your big announcement? So, but it created buzz. Like even with Christina, she's like, what's your big announcement? And so I, you know, said like, this is what I'm looking for, you know, and it's kind of just like your regular coaching post. Like I'm looking for somebody that's looking to be an influencer on social media. I'm looking for somebody that wants to make their health a priority. And you break that out and you can save them and just write over them. So what I do to create that, hold on one second. It's just layers built upon layers. So if you go watch it, it might be easier. So like this was the first layer, and then I just kept adding it on. So I said must-haves, and then like the unicorn with the bullet, second unicorn with the bullet, third unicorn with the bullet. And then I had to put the 4th one on the other page because I ran out of room. And then, you know, starting July 1st. And so it's almost like a presentation or a slideshow that you can create. And it just builds on each other. So it keeps them interested. The best thing to do is create that buzz. So in the morning time, you know, you can say like, hey, I have a big announcement coming about my next fitness group. And then, you know, come check back at like 6 p.m. Like, you know, once you know you've already done your workout, ate your dinner, you can come back and like make that announcement. Set an alarm on your phone so you remember to post it. And then if you say you have 10 spots left, if somebody signs up, come back and say, I only have 9 spots left. At Christina Clip signed up, and I'm so excited to have her join us. If somebody has I think I might be talking about it later. Hold on. So answering, this is the same thing, answer objections in real time. So the last time I posted my coaching thing, some girl told me, she DM'd me, she's like, hey, I think this is like a sign from the universe that I've been thinking about being a coach on your team. But I don't know if I can do it. And so I screenshotted what she said, and then I screenshotted my answer to her because that is in real time answering her objection, because other people might have that objection too, because she didn't think she had enough followers to become a coach. And so I just answered it, you know, pretty much with one of my scripts, and I screenshotted that as well. And then all I do is just like with the pen tool, write out, like cross out her name, or you could put a sticker on it and cross out her name, just keep her privacy in case she like doesn't want to sign up type of thing. And then you're just answering those objections in real time. So if they're saying like, oh, I've been looking at your challenge groups, but You know, I can't really do cardio or high impact. You can say, hey, we have plyo and yoga and low impact modifiers in most of our workouts. So that way you're kind of, it's like almost like a sneak peek into what your challenge groups are, but they're on Instagram stories. So that's a good way to integrate, you know, your challenge groups and coach opportunities on Instagram story, and then also handle those objections. For strategy number 6, I tag brands that I use daily. And I think like the number one tagged brand I have is Cholula hot sauce because I eat it like every single day. But maybe if you like you're trying new brands at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, you can say like, hey, this is the roasted cauliflower from Trader Joe's, and you like tag them in that because it just adds a little more value and trust from you, and it's making you more of an influencer. So a lot of people are mostly followers. They're just posting like a picture of something and a picture of that, but they're not telling people what it is, where they got it. And that's what's going to differentiate you from a follower to an influencer. And we want to be influencers, and we want to be lifestyle coaches pretty much. So if you do that, I've had some brands, like if I have a shirt I'm wearing from a certain brand, I've actually had them feature me on their story too. And if they have like 50,000 followers, like, and they're tagging you on theirs, if you're wearing that brand, there's probably people that follow that brand's story that are just like you. So it would be, I mean, it can happen. It doesn't always happen. I've been trying to get featured on Cholula's, but they just don't like me. But I think that's a really great way here. I'm trying to keep up with, yes. Strategy 7 is, so this is what it comes. So I worked in like digital and social media since like 2008. And what I used to do a lot of the time was if you're really analytical and Excel based, create an Excel sheet and pick up daily themes for your scheduling. And that's going to be what's called a content calendar. So you can do this with, you know, your Facebook and your Instagram, but then also your Instagram stories. And you can keep that same theme throughout. So what I've been doing on Instagram story is like Throwback Thursdays or Transformation Tuesdays, but I've been trying to feature people on our team or clients, not just myself, because we mostly post about ourselves on the regular Instagram, but not on our stories. I want to like feature other people and tag people because it's more interactive that way. And then Follow Friday or Feature Friday, where you can feature people. I create those ones I use Rana Collage for that because you can actually do a lot of stuff in there. And they have the Instagram story size. I think they call it iPhone size. Yeah, just phone size. So they have like, this is what Rana canvas looks like. So they have an empty canvas for phone, and then you can fill the canvas with a bunch of different things. So this is a paid app. I think it's totally worth it because you can do collages within that. Obviously, it's Rana Collage. And I'll spell that in here. It's RHONNA Collage if you're watching the recording. I use that. I use Spark Post a lot, and then I use Color Story. Those are like the 3 apps that I use. Sometimes I just use straight up Instagram story to create, like I'll come up with an idea, and it's kind of just like coming up with a little outline. Like if you were to give a speech or do a call or something like or a live video, you come up with an outline of what you want to have. And that way it's more strategic going into your story versus, you know, just kind of going wishy-washy and not staying consistent, because that's going to keep your brand consistent as a whole. So strategy 8 is super simple. All you have to do, I try to do as many of these things today on my Instagram story. So if you want to go and watch it for the next 24 hours, go ahead and watch it. I did save it on my phone too, so we can share that at the end of the video if needed. But ask for the like on your new post. Take a screenshot of your Instagram and then circle your post and say, come check out how I'm feeling after I got back from the Bay Area, because I just got home from a trip. That's all I did. Like, come like my post, ask for that like. It's just like anything else. And then they'll go to your page and see it, because sometimes people just go to that top and see the stories, and they're watching the stories and they're not scrolling through Instagram as much because it's so much going on in Instagram, that they either do either or. So when you're watching your story, ask for the like. It's that simple. So again, like I've said this a lot, like, just remember you're showing a lifestyle. You're showing how all of this fits into your life, not just Beachbody, but how you make everything work. Because people, if you just post about, drinking your Energize and drinking your Shakeology and doing PD, like, yeah, that's all our vital behaviors, but you're not showing them everything else that you're doing in a day. And it's like, I think Christina does a good job. She shows her twins and like them playing and everything. And then you go to her page and you can see that she's working out and she's doing everything, and she works a full-time job. She's showing everything in that and not just sharing Beachbody. Another thing to do, if you're thinking about your content calendar, is to share some life hacks. A good thing to look at is Pop Sugar. They always have life hacks on their Snapchat. They have, if you're really into music, you can do 5 new songs that I'm loving this week and just take screenshots of them, or you can go into Rana Collage and make it more your brand, or you can write it out in Instagram story. So just think of things that you really connect with. I usually do a lot of recipes, and they're easy recipes. When I make my Shakeology, I usually blend mine. So if you just do a shaker bottle, maybe it's the weekend and you like blend it up and make it really cool, share it on the weekend. And I will write out all the ingredients that I put in it, because sometimes they're more intense than just like vegan cafe latte and water. So sometimes, I have like put in extra stuff. Another one I do is just like cut up cucumbers. I add a Trader Joe's chili lime seasoning, and then I put a Cholula hot sauce. And I eat that almost every day, so I probably share that once a week. Just really simple recipes that they can do. And it's almost like a PowerPoint presentation that you just build upon. You can take one picture and then just build upon that image with text. So as anything goes in this, you all have different followers than me, so everything's going to work differently for you. So what's really important is that you keep track of what's working. So maybe you've always talked a lot and people always watch your post. Like, that's fine. Try writing it all out, like it has like closed captioning, and see how that goes for you. Keep track to see, if more people follow through the whole story, or break it up into 3-part increments and see how that goes as well. Because we're all our own people, it's all going to work differently for us. So metrics for success is that if you have an increased number of IG story viewers, an increase in social media engagement. So asking people in a story, say, hey, shoot me a message if you've ever felt this way, like asking for that. And if you have increased engagement, like, that it's working. And then another great metric for success is that you have an increase in sales, clients, and coaches. So just make sure that you are keeping track of everything. I know a lot of you are like really systematic, so you do that as well. I'm like the one that doesn't usually do that, but I've been trying to keep really good track. And I will show you guys a few tricks in a second. I'll connect back up to my phone just to show you. But the main thing is to have fun. Keep it positive like you would on any social media. Find the upswing in everything. Be your true self, because this is where you're going to really show people who you are. And don't be afraid to be quirky and like be yourself. And if there's like daily rituals you have, or weekend rituals you have, like, don't be afraid to show that, because sometimes it's hard to share like in picture format or even like a live video format. Like it might be like more of a longer story that you need to share. So the goals for the week, that if you want to take some homework ideas to like implement something, post a throwback Thursday showing how you've mentally changed from PD. So you can post a picture of your book and then, just build upon that. So what I would do is save that picture after you take it and then just build upon it with some text of how you've changed. Or you can do a talking one, but again, try not to do like more than 3 in a row, whatever works for you. And then I love doing this one. It's a follow Friday. And I even write like, hey guys, these are the people that I've been stalking this week. Go follow them. And then I take a screenshot of their main page and then I write, at Fit and Fearless, or, and I will go and put everything there. And when I did that last time, every single girl that I did that for messaged me, and I have conversations going on with them now because they felt really flattered that I would do that on my Instagram story. So I'm going to switch back. So again, I have this is just my Instagram handle. So if you're not, didn't know who I was, you can go on there and watch my stories. And then I'm going to show you, I'm going to switch back to my phone. Share screen. So I'm going to show you how to do a few things. So this is my dirty computer. But if you swipe up here, it says the last 24 hours. So that's how I built upon everything. So this was like something that said, hey girl, I'm really thinking about becoming a coach, but I'm not sure how I would do. And so I'm answering an objection right here. And I wrote all of these within Instagram story. I'm going to exit out and show you the next one. And then this is how I responded to her. I totally felt the same way within our team. We have a coach university that teaches people. So you just kind of like make your own script that would work here for you. And then I use like the same language that I would use. Like all of you probably wouldn't say beebs or anything like that. But that's totally my style. And I use like rainbow and lots of colors. If you like more monochromatic type of stuff, that's fine too. I created all of this in Instagram story, and this was the very first one. And then I just hit the save button down in the corner and I saved it. And then when I came back up here, it's the last one. And so I could come in here and say, you know, whatever I wanted to, or I could like tag people if I wanted to. Another, like, again, these were like, there's live, normal, boomerang, you just scroll to the side. There's a rewind that I didn't put in there because I never really use it. Hands-free, again, if you didn't know this, if you hold it down, it'll go 3, 2, 1, and then it'll start recording. So you don't have to do anything at all with that. And then you can stop it if you needed to. I'm going to exit out. This little smiley face guy with the little sparkles on his side are the face filters. So there are crazy ones. This one is kind of creepy because it makes you look like you've had Botox, but you can't tell that it is a filter. So if you're not feeling very fresh in the morning, you can use that, or after a workout, I do that sometimes. On here. So I'm going to take a picture. Oh no, I did the wrong one. Even I mess up sometimes. Okay, normal. And then I'm going to put the glow on me and then take a picture. So the little square up at the top are the stickers. And what I like to do every morning to just differentiate that it's a new day is I always put the location. I put what day it is. I don't remember what day it is today, 28. And you can make them bigger or larger, whatever you want to do. And, you know, just mess around with the stickers. There's lots of, like today, there's the camel one that you can use. I use a lot of stickers sometimes in one post. If I wanted a color background, I would go up to the pens at the top. I usually go to the second tool because it's a little see-through. And then all of you guys probably have seen the colors at the bottom. But what I do is if you hold down on one of the colors, a gradient tool comes up. Mind blown. And then I usually use like a light purple or like a blue. Like I stick to like the same couple of colors. Like I use this light pink all the time. And then I can, so to get a whole page of color, if you want it solid, you can go to the first pen tool and just hold down for about 3 seconds. It's not going. There. So that will make a solid background. You can undo, like drew on there, okay. If you want more of a see-through one, you go to the second tool and then go there. You can use the eraser. You can make it a larger eraser or smaller eraser. So sometimes like I'll do like little squiggly lines through it. Sometimes it goes a little slower. So you could like that's a terrible squiggly line. And then of course there's like this one that's, when you like write over that, they get a little different. So like the rainbow one, when you write over the color, it gets a little lighter and it's not as bright of a rainbow. If that's what you're into. I'm gonna undo. So if you wanted a solid background here, and then I decided I don't want the camel, you would just drag it down. Done. You drag it down and you can delete the stickers here. Some people ask me how I will write like the different words. Sometimes I just write one letter at a time and just move them around to make it a little more fun. And it really doesn't take that much longer in my opinion. And I always make a lowercase. The I is the one I always do lowercase. So that's how I do that one. But I would probably do a pink background because if you follow me at all, I would do pink. So you just hold that down for like 3 seconds and it goes. And then if I wanted to like show my face, I can make it bigger. I'm trying to figure out where I am. Whatever, this is like, I usually spend a little more time. And then another fun sticker is the camera. It's right under the location. So you can do that and then take another one. So you could just like put a bunch of your head or something and be like fun about it. What I do a lot for that is if I were to make a full background and just want like my picture here, and I could just say like, shoot me a message or something. Oh, no. So like you can, oh yeah, if you tap again, it makes a circle. I usually don't do that one. And what you can do is like most of the time the arrows or the message is down at the bottom. So you would say, you would point to that corner because that's where they can shoot you a message. So I'm gonna say like talking on the team call. Oh, see, sometimes I can't, my nails are so long right now, I can't type. I'm gonna check you. Some of you might have questions. If you have questions right now about this, let me know. What app I use to track my likes and followers? I use, hold on, let me finish. I can't write tonight. I do use an app on Apple. It's called Followers Plus. I don't pay for the paid version, but it does show me how you know, many people are like unfollowing or whatnot. I wouldn't get that if like you haven't built up enough confidence to like care if people, like I don't care, like old coworkers have deleted me, like I don't really care. But Christina, you would hold down the color. So here, I'll go back. If you want a solid, use the first pen tool and then come here and you can choose whatever color you want. And then you just hold down for a few seconds. Like it takes like 2 seconds. Just keep your finger solid on. Okay. But so now that I did that, my arrow went away because it's technically like another level of paint. So I'm gonna say if you have questions. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and say I'm done with this creation of mine. I'm gonna go ahead and save it and then add it to my story, which is the plus button. And then I can go up here and add it again. And I can go and say like, and I can tag her. I like to add little boxes around mine. So if you go up to the top A, you can either make it more opaque or more see-through or just plain text. I usually do this one. And then I can add that. So it just layers on layers. And this is somebody's child. Are there any other questions about, oh, look at this wonderful view of myself. My cat scratched me over there. I have the most, I don't know how I got rewind. It just showed up and then it talks backwards. I don't know. And then it's weird, so I don't ever use it. There's like a night vision one if you hit the thing enough, usually when it's dark enough. I was going to show you guys a past story of mine. The different fonts, there's an A up at the top. Meredith, sometimes it's touchy. So you just have to hold it down for about 3 seconds. Also make sure that you have the most updated version of Instagram. And then the different fonts, it's the same font, but you just get the background. There's an A up at the top and you just touch it. There's either solid or more see-through. So I'm going to show you, I have an album here. So this is one that I did a while ago. So like every day, as you can see, I have, you know, I write down the day, the location, and people can find you through this location now. They can find you through hashtags. And I usually do a song in the morning and just kind of like show my morning. Hopefully this doesn't like get mad at us because I'm playing a song on YouTube. This is like 2 minutes long, but this was my whole one for the day. I think I showed a lot of stuff on this. So what I could have done here was actually tag Califia. I could have tagged Cholula, could have tagged Dea. Pray for me. My computer screen is really dirty. See, don't be afraid to be weird and quirky. I never care. This is boomerang. So just as a 1 second that repeats itself over and over again. That's a boomerang. So this was like drawing. I had a little fun with this one. Boomerang using a controller. Oh, this was a Bachelor reference. This day I had lots of fun. Some days I have more fun than others. So you can do different things with the font. That's a boomerang. Boomerang. Now I kind of want to dye my hair pink again. Tagging Anthropology because I actually went shopping there. Tagging the Loop, which is downtown. I went and got a spray tan that day. Just being funny. So this one, it's kind of hard to hear me. I could have wrote I was walking through the city though, and I didn't want to have my phone out for too long. Walking to the train, but I'm trying to decide if Target is in my near future. It's right there. Probably do. So I didn't talk for more than 2. It was kind of hard to hear me because of that, but. So I'm the person that like takes random pictures in stores. I tagged Christine in that one because it was a donut. This girl was like a coach lead that I had, and I tagged Anthro on it. Showed people that there was a 40% off clearance sale, so I was giving them value in their lives. So showing off like the clothes I got. Lots of boomerangs this day. Cholula, or Chole, I mean. So that's like usually like my typical day. You can go ahead and watch another one. This one was when it was a boomerang of him. I don't know what else is on this one. I think this was me promoting. So like I created like my own kind of version of like Shift Shop and like kept it in my same branding. You know, to show people like I was sitting on my couch, had my laptop, like how we make coaching work for us. Like I was just watching a video. I don't know what else is on here. Yeah. But if you want to watch, this is how I ask people to like look at my new post. I have a lot. But like this is one that I'm like really excited about, was that Zodiac one that I created, and it's for tomorrow. I did this one today, like new post, go see how I'm feeling after my trip to the Bay Area. So just feel like I use pink a lot, so that's why I do that. If anybody has any other questions, I can answer. Otherwise, we can stop recording. You can ask any questions as well.
All right. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask in the side. I am super pumped. I've gotten lots of different ideas from you over time, but I did not know about all those color things, especially getting the gradient. Like, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know you could hold the screen to get the color. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Because every time I did it, I just colored it, and it takes 5 minutes.
I used to do that too. When I figured that out, I was like, well, I think Carla told me how to do it. And she sent me a link, and I was like, are you kidding me?
That's alone is awesome enough. So if you guys have any questions, you can ask. I just want to mention a few things. What did I write down? So you were talking about checking the brands of your tribe, and I think that's, we learn about that in all kinds of things, like checking the things that your tribe likes, or the things that your people likes. But I think that checking their story is really, really awesome, especially if you're somebody who's in the position where you're like, oh my God, Anna, like, your stories are so awesome, I'm not that creative, you know what I mean? Like, literally going to those brands are really going to help you, find your style if you're kind of struggling. If you're like, well, I'm not like Anna, but I want to be somewhat like my brands, I think that's a really good idea. And I think the screenshots and having an album, I think a lot of times we have these pictures that we save, but we just keep them in there, and then we're like scrolling, trying to find them. So taking that extra second to have that album and be able to add everything in there is totally a time saver. I love the answering objection things. I think that was really, really awesome. I've never thought of that. That's really cool. And what else? Oh, the Zodiac thing that you did, that was really great. And you said you did that on Adobe Spark.
Mm-hmm.
I created those. Okay. Yeah. Those are really cool. And those are ways, that you can, like, I had a call, I think a few weeks ago, about creating, like, groups for your brand, or like doing a meditation group, or doing this, doing that. That's a way that kind of like a really small, short and easy way that you can practice, like, creating this little content, and putting it on there. So that's something you can try out. And like Anna said, kind of in the beginning, you want to, not always have it be about health and fitness. You still can do health and fitness. Sharing healthy recipes is good, but trying to find lots of things that are, other than health and fitness, are going to be something that people are going to want to see when you are a health and fitness page anyway.
Also, for the, like, if you create these, like, I'm creating that horoscope thing of like, what's your best summer snack? Like, I'm actually going to, like, put that probably in Flipagram, or I could save that video and just edit it down to that part, and I can post it on my Facebook, and I can post it, like, I can recycle that content. So like I said, like, I always post that same cucumber snack every once in a while, like maybe a breakfast bowl idea, smoothie ideas, like, I recycle that content. So you're not always like, it's fine if you're a creature of habit. It's totally fine, like, to, post the same things, because maybe other people watch your stories, or maybe people won't. If you save your video and post it on Facebook, maybe they didn't see it on Instagram story, and you can ask for them to come watch you on Instagram story as well.
Yeah, that's definitely something that I've done, saving stuff and recycling it, because a lot of times newer coaches are like, I don't know what to, to post on both, and that's the way you're kind of obviously posting the same stuff, but with Instagram stories, with it only being up for 24 hours, you have that luxury of, it's not just like chilling out, like, it's only there for 24 hours. And the video thing is something that I've always known that people have an attention span of like 2 seconds. So if you're going to talk for, sometimes I think it's okay. Maybe if you're vulnerable and you're like, I'm going to tell a story. I've had, even for me, if I'm still, like you said, kind of everybody is different, but I think sometimes if you're like maybe getting really vulnerable, or you're telling a story, not everybody's going to listen, but if it can reach a few people, that's fine. But you just don't want to be doing that every single day. Mm-hmm. And you don't want to only talk. I think you do a really good job of not just talking, because like you said, people are at work. They can't see those things. So doing closed captioning is a great idea. So trying to cut back on how much, if you're just only talking on Instagram story, if you're just starting and you're just like nervous even putting your face in there, then I want you to just put your face in there and do what you can. But then you can kind of get to the point where you're doing a little bit of more things if you're a newer coach. I think that's really it for all the, I have a ton of notes, but does anybody else have any questions? The album is a great idea. Okay, awesome. Well, if nobody has any questions, I'll let you guys go. Thank you, Anna, so much. I'm literally just so excited about the color thing. Like, I don't even care. You could have just said that, and that would have been the call, and that would have been fine with me. So thank you so much for sharing your awesome wisdom. And you guys should follow Anna. Don't follow to copy, follow for inspiration and make it your own. She's really good at what she does. It's what she does for a living. So yes, stalk her. I totally stalk her. That's awesome. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you tomorrow, Power Hour. I'll let you guys know tomorrow exactly what time it is. So peace out, guys. Bye.